Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to bust some nuts. We have the setup here, all of the oils that we're going to need, all of the filters we're going to need, all of the transmission fluid we're going to need, and all of the parts that we're going to need. The motor that we have assembled, mainly it's right here already, just waiting to be swapped on. But first, we're going to have to take that guy out. And this is going to be a 2 or 3 hour job. I'll put you guys on many time lapses, and you guys can check out how we pull the motor. This whole subframe is going to come out too. Everything's coming out from the front. We're not even taking transmissions out or anything like that. All coming as one piece. So we're pretty much 10% in. We removed the headlights, removed the bumper, remove all the piping and stuff. We're gonna pull pretty much the whole core support here with the reinforced carbon fiber stuff, fiberglass. So the radiator coming out, condenser coming out, all in one piece. That whole front end is gonna come off, and it'll be really easy to remove the engine. So yeah, just gonna keep chiseling at it. I'll put you guys on a time lapse now, and we're actually live. Yeah, buddy, we're live streaming up in here. Yo, Rezo, what up, buddy? You want to donate? This guy needs a stool to look over the engine because he's too short. Somebody already donated $1 or $2, but if you have $1 or $2, donate because he needs a stool. Okay? All right. I'll see you guys in a little bit. The front crash bar half end is pretty much out, all assembled like that. We're starting to now take apart most of the hoses here and just pretty much take off most of the harness as well to clean up the engine bay so we can pull the motor straight out of the front. So yeah, we're actually exactly almost 2 hours in. We're 1 hour and 50 minutes in at the moment since all of this happened. So progress is pretty good. What do you think, bro? Next hour and a half we're pulling the motor out? Maximum hour and a half. So that's pretty much it. I'll keep you guys posted. I'll set the camera somewhere else so you guys can watch from a different angle. Alright boys, it's about that time where the motor has to come out. We're getting ready here to put some straps on and pull them out. She's pretty much out. I mean, she's literally wiggling. You can see she's wiggling on the transmission mount and on the motor mount here. So next one, motor is coming out. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we started at 8:30. We also streamed online so you guys can see when the stream happened. So about 8:30 is when we all started, and it's currently 12 o'clock. We did spend about 20 minutes of looking for bolts for a little hanger here because it was all whack with gas bolts. But yeah, it's a little ghetto with the ratchet straps, but hey, they worked out. We tripled them, so that thing is usually rated for 1 ton, just a single strap, but we tripled them, so that should be good. Motor is on the floor at the moment. Before I end up this video today, I know it's probably going to be a long one. We are going to pull out the transmission and see why it wasn't going to why it was kicking me out of first through fourth gear. So we're gonna pull that off real quick and see what's going on in there, see what the clutch situation is. But other than that, yeah, she's out. Well, boys, this is why.
That's not why. It's fine.
Well, it's not why, but these are broken.
No, they're not.
Are they supposed to be in like that?
Some of them, yeah.
So what's
There's
going
about
on?
3 of them that are usually in like that.
What's going on then?
The clutch has decent life on it. Somebody's replaced it.
So why is it kicking me out
Like
of
this
gear?
is actually a good clutch.
I
Like,
told you my clutch is not slipping anymore.
I mean, it's not like a good clutch, but like you still have plenty of room till you hit those rivets.
So my trans is done so then.
Very well be. But
I had oil in it though. I mean,
doesn't mean shit.
it just gave out all 4 gears at the same time?
Well, I'm very inclined that what Harlem recommended might be true.
What?
Maybe the pivot shaft did break.
How do we find that out?
Fucking pull it.
Alright boys, pivot shaft is coming out. Alright, after many minutes of determining. Anyways, after many times, we have determined the problem, maybe, with the transmission.
You want to know what the problem is?
What is the problem, sir?
I broke my back. My back is broke.
Ara, I don't care about your back. What's wrong with this? Can you explain to the peoples? Quick. Today.
Should restart that.
Alright, let's restart this. Okay, everybody. After many determinings of what is wrong with this transmission and why it's grinding, and why it's kicking me out of first, second, third, and fourth, and just makes my life miserable, this Punjab is going to explain. That looks like a freaking Indian right now. Explain.
Some trannies are better than others.
Oh God. Demonetized.
Demonetized.
Again.
His gear selector is fucked. There's a chunk of metal just floating around in there. It sounds like a marble.
Spin it.
Is it on there?
Yeah, it's on there.
But we thought originally it was his throwout bearing because...
Throwout bearing is dickered. I mean
it is, but like, okay, so
I mean, you can hear it, you can see that,
if you guys have ever heard...
but it's not that bad.
Hold on. If you guys have ever heard like a 3, 4, 6-puck clutch, they make a chatter noise. That's usually this very similar to that as like a shitty throwout bearing is what it is. But listen to this. So this is neutral.
You can hear it already.
And then first.
Oi.
Hold on.
Just watch it. Yeah, watch your fingers so you don't slice it. You guys can hear that.
And then, I mean, it progressively gets worse.
I think second or third gear was the worst.
Put it in a 5th.
That doesn't sound good. And you guys can hear the little metal chunk that's
Chunks.
chunks of metal inside. So, in other words, transmission is...
His gear selector is done, so...
Or
Whatever happened to it happened, I don't know. Either he sheared something off. Clearly something got sheared off, but...
The funny part is, I didn't do anything retarded for this to happen. I just drove, went up the freaking ramp on the freeway, and it just popped out of gear from third gear. That's all I did.
Yep.
And from that point on, I put it back into gear, everything was fine. By the time I got home, which was like maybe 5 miles later, it was throwing me out of second gear, first gear, and I was like, what the hell? And then I tried fourth gear, tried to do any sort of a pull, just any, like 5 psi, just threw me out of fourth too. And ever since then, it's just been donezo.
Yeah.
Fifth and sixth are okay, But they're probably gonna go tomorrow too. So
I mean, the chunk of metal just hasn't got to him yet.
Yep.
If that's the case, but whatever the reason, I don't know. I beat you're all in that. I beat my trans way worse than he's ever beat his car. Like, I flat foot shift on a daily basis. The car sees red line on a daily basis. Like, I beat it to break it. That's what I'm trying to do. Is I'm trying to break the shit out of it. Because it's a better reason for more parts. But he doesn't beat it that bad. But his car has had something mine's never had, and that's a short shift plate. And we can get into my theory why they ruin transmissions, but for at least the Mazdaspeeds. But for sure, we've probably had over 24 or so transmissions just go to hell. Every single one of them has short.
Most of the
plate.
time is the synchros that go bad, right?
No, it's the shift fork tabs. So, for example, our shift forks come with a little plastic tab on them that grabs the synchro, and this is what they look like. So that's basically our shift fork right there. As you can see, this is from Speed Performance. They install these brass tabs, which are a lot more durable than, I'm guessing, HDPE, which is just a strongish plastic, I guess, is what they come with factory. But anyway, with short shift plates, these wear out a lot quicker than without them. There's plenty of people with 200K on a Mazdaspeed trans that have never had a short shift plate, and there's plenty of people who have had a short shift plate for between 20 and 80,000 miles, and their trans is shit. So that's.
So boys, do not put short shift plates. When I bought the car, I had a short shift plate. It was a Cork Sport 1. And when I met this guy, we pretty much removed it like maybe 20,000 miles later. And everything was fine with the car. Never had an issue until now. I guess it did wear out things or whatever it did. I don't know. But we're not 100% sure that's the cause of it. But definitely short shift plates do damage your car or your transmission.
If I was going to explain it real quick and easy, the only way I can explain it is this. If you look here, your shift, what am I talking
Shifter
your
cables.
Your cables are here, right? So these can't move. They're clipped into here, and they clip on here and here. When you put a short shift plate, it changes the direction of which it grabs this from. Now that direction changes the leverage, so it makes the shift shorter. But what it's also doing is it's moving that cable here, but not here. So what's happening is that cable can no longer travel its originally designed distance. Whereas instead, if you were to look at it like this is your shifter, you know, you have a cable here and a cable that goes up here. And what we do to make them shorter is we move this cable up higher. So if you think about it, let's say this is stock, right? So that's first gear, and then that would be second, right? Because it's all the way down here. But if you move it up higher, that's first and that's second. See, because you got a lot more leverage here than you do here. But you're not changing the distance of the actual travel of the cable. You're changing the leverage on the actual shifter, which is what it's designed to do. It's got a leverage system is what it's designed for. This is not really like that. So that's my theory on it. I probably explained it like shit, but
I don't know, it's about 6 minutes of explanation, but I think it's pretty useful, so I'll probably put that in. So other than that,
garage is a mess.
we have tranny number 2 that came from
A Gen 1.
Gen 1, which is the same exact car as me. I think it was an 08, that one though. Anyways, this is from that car, and we spun this one, and it's like butter.
Yeah.
It had like 100 and like how many miles? Like 160,000 miles on it.
145 or something.
145. But the car was bone stock. Didn't even have an intake. The only thing it had was a transmission mount
insert,
bushing.
A Cork Sport insert.
A Cork Sport. It's right here. You guys can see this. So this is a stock transmission mount, and you guys can see that black metal thing right in between the bushing.
It's rubber, but
it basically makes it stiffer. So Cork Sport used to sell these. I don't even think they sell them anymore. This was a long time ago, and this guy had it in there. That's about it. Everything else on the car was bone stock. So since it was bone stock, it wasn't really beat up much.
And that car was not stocked.
And that car
was not stocked out.
Which car?
The one at the junkyard that the little birdie told us about. When I was pulling the motor out of it, it wasn't stocked out. I mean, that thing was bone stock.
Oh, you mean it
Nobody
wasn't
put the
like
stock
parts
on.
back in? No. It was just it got in a car accident and that was it. Actually, no, it didn't even get in the car accident.
It blew the motor.
It blew the motor.
It blew the first intake valve on cylinder 1 went through the fucking runner of the manifold.
Oh yeah. Oh, we found it in the intake, Manny. Chunks of it at least.
Actually, right there.
Where is it? Let's see if we can show it real quick.
That's some funny shit. Hold on.
Stick it in the hole. See if the camera can capture it.
Right there.
Yeah, that valve is...
That valve is in the wrong orientation.
Yeah, definitely not a happy valve right there. So, that's what
I don't
happened.
even know why we kept the head. The head's useless
This
now.
is going to be a 40-minute video, but it's all good. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So, we're going to probably cut it here now. We're going to just put the car... put the what do you call it, the control arms on and the tie rods and stuff like that, so we can kind of like just roll the car in, because it's halfway out of the garage at the moment, and then we're gonna call it a day. Alright boys, hope you enjoyed that video. Thanks again for watching. Make sure you guys go check out the live stream. We actually did this on live stream as well. It's pretty fun stuff. I mean, we talked some smack too. A couple of friends went on there, they talked some smack, they donated $10 so we can get them a freaking stool, because the neck is short as hell. So, other than that,
we've been at it for 4 hours, dude,
right?
So it ain't bad at all. All this for 4 hours.
Literally, we did all of this like in 4 hours. I mean, less than that. We pulled the motor out in less than that. But the whole thing with the transmission, trying to figure things out, about 4 hours maximum. So
the motor took 3.
That was good stuff. We did have to find a whole bunch of bolts and stuff, but honestly, we can probably pull a motor within like 2.5, 3 hours max.
2.5 now, because that axle was not fucking coming out.
Yeah, one of my axles was being a bitch too.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't coming out because of whatever else is wrong with that trans.
I'm going to cut it right there, guys. Thank you again for watching. Please subscribe. Make sure you give it a big thumbs up. We're going to continue on working tomorrow, and the next day tomorrow we're planning to put the motor back in. And that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget, what's behind you doesn't matter.